to our segment on movies you should watch.
He's going to take it himself, brings it down to the 10, running in, touchdown Huskies. Not afraid to run.
20, 15, 10, 5, goodbye, Bayne Huff.
Is that there is no professional level of baton throwing.
A little bit of a shake-up in the NCHC standings after tonight.
Thanks for watching. To end my segment, here's my friend Jonathan.
Make this the ride.
Huskies have a great day down at Husky Stadium, scoring more points than they have all season. Hello and welcome into the studio. I'm your host, Bobby Bullock. The Huskies welcomed in at the Marauders of UMary, looking to ride a little momentum after their first win from last weekend at Crookston. They got on to win 41-7 today. Now let's take a closer look at just how they got there. Starting things off in the first, senior Nate Meyer, improvising a bit, everything collapsing around him. He finds Nick Greenland for the 32-yard score. Huskies would get on the board first. Now later in the second, Meyer on the read option fakes to Jaden Huff. He may have faked out everyone in that stadium as he strolls into the end zone. Huskies would lead 14-0. Now late in the second quarter, Meyer fires an absolute bomb downfield to Jameson Parsons. He climbs the ladder over a defender for a 44-yard touchdown. Huskies pull away to win 41-7. Now taking a look at some of those stats from this game, Huskies saw a huge game from senior quarterback Nate Meyer. He threw for almost 250 yards and 5 total touchdowns. One of those going to Jameson Parsons. He had over 100 yards on the day. And a big story on the day was freshman Nick Greenland, sinking 6 passes for 86 yards, including 2 touchdowns. He really got the offense going for the Huskies today. The Huskies were able to get 133 yards on the ground. They outgained the Marauders 389 yards to 189. The Huskies improved to 3-3 on the season as they look to keep the streak alive next weekend as they travel up I-94 to take on the Dragons of MSU Moorhead. The Huskies take this one 41-7. This has been your post-game report. I'm Bobby Bullock, and from all of us here, we thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your night.
Welcome to Trailer Talk. My name is AJ Larson, and in this episode, I'm going to talk about the teasers and trailers for the upcoming harrowing war drama, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. That's right, a galaxy far, far away is coming to a theater near you. Let's take a look at a clip of the new film.
I have lived long enough to see the same eyes in different people. I see your eyes. I know your eyes. Follow me.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Ever since Revenge of the Sith came out 10 years ago, I've had to survive off the Clone Wars movie, the Clone Wars TV series, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Knight of the Old Republic, Star Wars Galaxies, Star Wars The Force Unleashed, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, Lego Star Wars, The Last of the Jedi book series, the Jedi Quest book series, Star Wars Pinball, and more. I think it's high time the franchise had another comeback. What The Force Awakens promises is the opportunity to relive the greatness of the film franchise. The series has a classic battle between good and evil where, in a twist, the evil was revealed to be George Lucas. In The Force Awakens, we go on an adventure with some of our favorite Star Wars characters like this girl, and this guy, and Helmet Man. I'm just kidding, of course, they're new characters. A new generation of actors' careers to ruin. This film also features the return of Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford. Ford will be playing his classic swashbuckling character surrounded by aliens, because that worked out so well the last time we did that.
Who are you?
Yes, who are you? Let's take a look at the new characters. Daisy Ridley plays Rey, spelled R-E-Y, not R-A-Y, for the rays of light that are causing all the lens flares. Adam Driver plays Helmet Man, whose actual name is Kylo Ren, and his whole character seems to be pretending to be Darth Vader. Also, Kylo Ren's helmet is now available in stores, so at the price of $29.99, you too can pretend to be Darth Vader. John Boyega plays Finn, who looks like a stormtrooper who spends the entire film confused about what's around him. What I'm most excited for are spaceships, Jedis, and robots like my boy BB-8. But before these trailers came out, there was an official Force Awakens poster released. It has lightsabers and spaceships, and look at this. That's right, the Death Ball. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to assume that it's not a small moon. Let me just say one thing. This is the film I'm looking for. I have so many questions that I didn't even know were questions, like, where's Luke, and why are things getting exploded on this strange desert planet, and when am I getting my Jar Jar standalone film? If I don't get a glimpse of Ota Gunga, the Gungan underwater city, Misa gonna be mad. I, for one, am excited for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And for those of you watching in the far, far future who have seen this film, I hope it was good enough to keep you excited for Star Wars Episode 8, Star Wars Episode 9 Part 1, Star Wars Episode 9 Part 2, that Han Solo spin-off film, Star Wars Rogue One, and more Star Wars films that you didn't even think you wanted. And if it wasn't that good, at least you still have the toys.
When it comes to sports, basketball, football, and baseball are usually the first ones that come to mind. But this is the underdog of all athletics.
My name is Sarah Paulus, and I'm the feature twirler at St. Cloud State University. I've always seen baton twirling as a more traditional and kind of a bit of a more conservative sport. Most people don't even realize that baton twirling is a sport. I try to explain it as a bit like dance. We do incorporate a lot of dance in baton, but baton is a unique sport in itself. It's not color guard and it's not cheerleading, it's something totally different.
SCSU feature twirler Sarah Paulus has been twirling since she was a young child and has now brought her talents to the collegiate level.
My mom brought me the community ed book, and I'd offered all these different classes, and she saw one for baton twirling and suggested I try it. And 5-year-old me thought it was a great idea, and it turned out to be one of the best ideas I've ever had, and I've been doing it ever since.
Twirling is not just a sport she is talented at, but one she is passionate about.
I mean, I love baton twirling because it's really like complex. It involves like a lot of aspects, a lot of different sports. You have to have strength and endurance and coordination and agility, and it's like really cumulative. And people like sometimes will say like, oh, like no problem, I could do that. And then as soon as they try, they're like, oh, this is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. And
despite becoming the first feature twirler at SCSU, the road has not always been easy.
There was actually a period of time when I was about in middle school where I considered quitting for like a good year, because it was just, I had gotten to the point where it was getting really competitive and it was really hard, and I made the decision to kind of stick with it, and it was a tough year, but I ended up like improving so much after that year, and obviously I'm really glad I never ended up quitting.
Even through hardship and tough times, she still prevailed to the top.
A lot of awards, anywhere between small competitions to obviously the big ones. I've got numerous state titles and regional titles, and I actually have 6 national titles. One was a team event, but if including that, that's six titles.
And even though she knows what lies ahead,
my plans for after college are actually, I don't really have any, because the problem is with baton is that there is no professional level of baton twirling. It's not like dance in that respect. It's not in the Olympics, so I don't have that to look forward to either. So after the collegiate level, there really isn't much else for baton twirling unless you plan on becoming a judge or a coach. So yeah, I don't really have any plans after college, and to be honest, I think my body might be done after college.
she still plans on expanding her artistic skill. Kyle Farman reporting for UTVS News.
There is a house built out of stone, wooden floors, walls, and window sills, tables and chairs warmed by all of the dust.
And the stigma.
This is a place where I don't
And the stigma.
And the stigma.
And the stigma.
You matter.
You matter.
You matter.
You matter.